Blended Strategy Group is a marketing and branding company. It's a year new, is what I like to say.
A year new.
A year new. Our business model is that we represent talent for any brand opportunity, licensing, sponsorship, any sort of brand integration into, talent's portfolio. So when one of my clients wants an endorsement in skincare, we go out and we look and are proactive in trying to help them find what the right partner is and solicit those deals for them.
Before maybe working with you, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you'd seen clients doing when working with brands? And I think it's just applicable for anyone who's really trying to grow their personal brand and thinking about those opportunities.
Well, I think it's changed, and it is continuing to change. It's so fast, right? Like everything is changing so fast. So you have back, I don't even want to say back in the day because it was a year ago, but there's this very traditional model that people follow on both sides of it, where talent's like, I'd love to endorse a water, and I'll do commercials, and I'll do print ads for them, and I'll, post 6 times. And, that was it. Like, that was the scope of what it was. And listen, it's a proven model. It's effective. But now with how impactful people are digitally and why they're impactful is just very different. And so I think in the past I've seen talent not really leverage the social and the digital part of it as positively as they could have, as well as really take advantage of the fact that they're, part of a company that is spending money to market them alongside their product. And so sometimes when the scope of work is really grand and it's a lot to execute, sometimes I think that talent gets boggled down by that, unfortunately, and it's hard to come over the hurdle and be like, wait, this is just as good for me as it is for them. And so I really encourage my talent, to understand the value that brands bring, whether it's helping them promote a record or a movie or, a launch of something that they have coming out, a book or whatever it is. Like, it's always nice to have something coincide with that so that there's bigger awareness out there. And so I always try to help my clients see that side of it.
So what would you kind of advise someone who, if they're a YouTuber or trying to build their social influence and following, and they want to work with a brand, who maybe doesn't understand the space so well and what they can bring? How have you worked sort of through those challenges and helped brands understand? And what kind of advice would you offer to a client who maybe doesn't have help tackling some of those conversations?
I think that a lot of these influencers and bloggers and YouTubers are really savvy and they're really smart and they're quite ahead of the game, right? The other thing that I think is really amazing about them is that they know what their audience reacts to. So that I think is extremely, extremely valuable for brands, right? So when a beauty brand hires a beauty vlogger and they start getting specific about what they want the videos to look like and they start getting specific about what they want the post to look like, it's almost doing them a disservice, right? Because they're hiring this blogger for a reason. So I think it's important for the influencer to really communicate when working with the brand, show them the content that's been effective. Talk to them about the stuff that they talk about that their audience react to and what they don't. Like, show them the differences. And hey, I put up this post one time, I did this, this Instagram post for whatever, and it got no traction. But this other one that I did when I did it myself and it was me in my natural environment or whatever really picked up. Like, I think that that's really important. And I think that the brands are starting to listen, to be completely honest, which is why they're actually going into this space to understand your value and how you can help them accomplish that.
Yeah. So you've been in the entertainment business for a while, and just personally, you've grown up and seen people kind of go from like everyday to celebrity status. And aside from, being the one who gets the viral video, is there a secret or something that you see in people who are able to actually get that traction and and rise to a position of influence where people really want to hear what they have to say, and they want their advice or whatever it is, and brands see them as someone who could really be connecting with the audience.
I mean, I think that the people that are honest and the people that actually aren't afraid to talk about, things that they do or, goals that they have or any of that, I think that translates.
Have you, since starting this company, have you found that you've had to almost step into this, like the situation of being in the spotlight?
Like talking to you right now in this video?
Oh my goodness, and what has that been like? Because I think, too, a lot of people maybe just like want to start a company but don't necessarily want to be in the spotlight. So what has your personal experience been?
Well, a year ago, I would have been like, no. I have nothing to talk to them about. For me, it's not about wanting the fame or, the fortune. For me, it's really about, just feeling good about what I do and doing it well and making my parents proud and making my husband and my children proud. And that is like really the most important thing to me in the entire world. So it's not about if I get to be, on the cover of Entrepreneur magazine one day. It's more why I'm on the cover of Entrepreneur magazine or how I got to that place, That to me is like the biggest thing.